Ready or not, I guess I'm live. Welcome. Hi. Hello, Eonolith and Danda's Junk. And hi, the Trash Panda. Saying, well, hey there, looks like myself and the mini panda might catch a stream. Sorry to barge in the conversation. Well, welcome. Toby and Bruno are crying in the background because they're all excited to be here. They think we're going to play. And I'm over here talking to my computer like a stupid head because the dogs don't understand this. They always look at me so ridiculous when I watch TV. But so we're gonna get this cosplay going. I have everything cut out. I've been thinking about the pattern a lot. There's a couple tweaks that I want to do on the collar. Both, I think I want it bigger for the actual collar, the yoke collar, and I think I want to interface the mandarin collar. So I'm gonna start on the pants while I figure out the collars. You know, yeah. Yesterday I was getting everything all together so I could serge it. I have a serger. I threaded it. The tensions are all but I think it's at a place that I can be happy with, that it's going to be flexible and strong, and I have all 4 threads in the machine, so that's where we're at. Welcome, Vizak. Good evening. Nice Avatar sweater. Yeah, I got a cool sweatshirt. I like it. Avatar. Since, I'm geeking out today, why not get in the spirit of things? Even did Fire Nation eyeballs, because I could. You like my table? I'm playing. I'm goofing off. My New Year's resolution is to actually get a setup, like an actual set, kind of, so I can have a professionality. Because right now, we're not professional. We're just here. So welcome. Thank you for being here with me. But it's a glass table that I have a light underneath, if you're wondering. And Bruno just knocked my light. That's okay. I fixed it. So without further ado, this is the game plan. We're doing Tylee from Avatar, Last Airbender. Have to specify that because we got some water bending that's not the same Avatar going on. The colors I'm thinking about. So we're going to start down at the pants. I have this gathered into here, and I'm going to serge it. And then I'm going to go focus on these little placards and make that skirt, do all of the pieces, get those all pressed nicely, and then I'll do the waistband. So that's my game plan. Yes, but first, Kathy. Hey, Bruno. You want to come say hi? Come on. Up. Bruno says hi. He doesn't know who to, but he says hi. He really thinks I'm a weirdo for talking to. Anyways, come on, Bruno. Okay. Oh, and you knocked over the project bin. This is my project bin here. This pattern piece is the waistband, which is all right. This part's my bodice. This part's the pants and all the pieces that I need. This is my waistband. These are my skirt placards. And here is the pants where we left off yesterday. Nice little bloomers. And I have them all pinned right now. And I don't know the best way to show you guys serging. I'm not sure how. These pieces. That was just my pin cushion. It didn't sound very cushiony, did it? Because it's magnetic and a rock. let's give this a go. Hopefully I did everything right yesterday. I'm going to start at where all my threads are because it'll give me something to hold on to when I started the serger. I'm putting it so that the bigger circle, so the pink polar fleece is on the bottom and the smaller ribbing or self-ribbing is on the top so that the feed dogs can help me with the gathering. This has the presser foot lift over here. I have lots of pins in here, and if I sew over a pin, it will kill my serger, so I have to be really careful not to sew over any pins. All right. What is going on there? One of my threads is messed up. Hold on. Yeah. Sergers, they're amazing when they're right. Give me a second. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I see it. I need tweezers. You know, I have this thing all threaded and ready to go before the stream. That's okay. I find I spend a lot of time figuring out my machine. What's going on with you? Just got this. Ugh. Okay, all the threads need to go this direction. All my threads. Don't worry, I'm only live, you know, struggling with my serger in front of all y'all for your entertainment. This one's not threaded correctly. It came out. So we're gonna go here. And it goes here. Step there. There. There's a little hook there. Okay. This thing was threaded. It really was. This way. This one. I just have one more to thread. That's the hard one. It just, and my tweezers, and I believe they're over here. Here they are. Okay, what is everybody saying as I'm struggling? Okay. Okay, the tails vibes. Hell, that cup is bigger than you. Hi, Bruno. Bruno Butt. Okay, it's okay. You're only live. Yeah, I'm struggling. Got my tweezers. It's the hard looper. You know, if this sewing machine works, this is easy. But Yanela says those are a pain, and make sure you have the cutting attachment to 0. Okay. Let me try this. I can do this. Yes, I can. Okay, we are threaded here. We're in the right spots. We're down here. This is here. We are connected to there. And here it is. This guy. These threads all pull towards the back. And this guy. Okay, I got this. And then this part goes here. Threads there. Okay, let's give this a try. I need a scrap piece of fabric. I'm going to use a piece of polar fleece from here. All right, scrap fabric. Let's give this a go. Please work. Don't worry, it's not only live. This all back together. Sewing, but something's getting off. Order of operations matters. I threaded everything from this side to this side. This serger, you have to throw everything from this side to that side. It's opposite from my other serger. I don't want to thread this all again. I figured if I got them all in the back of the right direction, it would work. What is going on with this green one? Green, 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 green. I'm missing one. Diagram, pose that one, that one. I went down. Here's the dot, that's that thing. After that one, go down to there, up to here, through here. No, no, no. And it crosses. Oh, geez. I'm live. I thought I had this. It's okay. You can always just do it by hand. No, that's not happening. Let's try this again. I'm going to walk away from this for just a moment. Excuse me, Bruno. He found a funky spot to sit. Okay. It's okay, you're only live. Okay. I'm just going to take a breather for a second. I really, really wanted to just start showing you guys how to put that together, but I am struggling with my serger, and we're live. You know, I may end up using my sewing machine because it's not as pretty. It turns out so much better if I use my serger. It's stretchy, finishes the edges, it cuts and it sews at the same time. I'm going to give it one last go. I'm just going to completely unthread it, start from the correct side, thread all the way to the right side, and yeah, we'll see if it works. He totally tries to get a drink when I'm not looking. He would. Yeah. Dan does junk. Yeah, that's probably what you have to do. I know. A lot of crafting sometimes is just the stuff you don't want to do. You have to rip it out to put it back together. You have to admit defeat in order to go forward, because if you just keep pushing. Yes, Bruno, I know. I admit defeat, but I have a game plan. I'm going to start from, I'm just going to pull it over here. You guys can watch me struggle right here. I'll trade places with the serger and the sewing machine. But yes, that's what I'm going to try and do. If I can't get it going, I may just call it a night, and we'll see. We'll see. But I have hope. I really do. Okay. Hi, Toby. Okay. Pull that off. Pull that off. Pull this off. Pull this thread out. And this thread out. And this thread out. And this thread out. Okay. Start at the top. Make sure it's in the right positions. That's there. There. Okay. Diagram. I am here. Now it goes through here. And then after that one, it goes up to here. And then it goes through the looper back part. I need the tweezers to go from here. Here. Yes. Okay. Alright. And now I need to these right. Aha. At least starting with the hardest, trickiest one first means it's over first. All right, now for the next one. I am in there, green, green, down to this one, up to this one, double check my diagram through this weird one right here. Am I missing one? From there, to there, to there, to under there, through there, down. Okay. Under the presser, under this one. I know if I get these wrong, this is where it really screws up. That way. Okay. Does it look like they're threaded correctly? Is it going the right direction? No, this one's not. That's the right one. This one, up through there. Lift the presser foot, make sure they're in the highest position. And I am going Does that seem right? Does that seem right? I don't know. Let me check. Hi, I know you guys are watching me struggle. I'm sorry. This is so boring. Well, if you wanted something to go to sleep to, here you go. All right. We have a looper. This thread goes right here. That doesn't seem right. Oh, if this thing comes unthreaded, I'm gonna cry. It's okay though. Okay. Now this one. Get that in, over, down, down. And this one. All my threads are pointing to the back. That one goes there. Okay. Oh, Janice Ulcer, welcome. What did I miss? What are you making? You haven't missed much because I'm not making anything right now. My serger is just came unthreaded right as I started. I haven't sewn a single full seam yet. Haven't done nothing. It's okay. Dan does junk. She's working on her Ty Lee cosplay. At least I'm trying to. Yanela says, glad you are here instead of Sailor Moon, Bernie. LOL. Okay, I missed something. Bernie Davis. Okay. Yanela, Toby's jacket is precious. Yeah, Toby and Bruno have matching pajamas right now. And you guys can't see, but Spooky's right there next to Toby. Like their butts are touching, but Spooky's a shadow and he hides in plain sight. Yeah. I am going to give up all hopes I had of using the serger. And I am just going to use a zigzag stitch because it's stretchy. And I showed you guys yesterday that a straight stitch just pops. It has no stretch to it and is not a great one for working with stretch knits. The seams aren't going to be as pretty, but it works. And I'm just going to do it. So at least it's more accessible, right? Sergers are a pain in the butt. I have to sit down and actually like figure it out and think and not feel pressure while I'm doing it. Because there's nothing like feeling like everyone's watching you, even though it's not I'm doing it. Because there's nothing like feeling like everyone's watching you, even though it's not everyone, but y'all are here. And it's not fun watching me struggle with that sewing machine unless you're into. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna put that on the ground, forget it exists, and onto the sewing machine. I'm just gonna zigzag stitch around the circumference. I might do it twice, depends. Thank you, Trash Panda. Remember, finished is better than perfect. Yes. But the sergers are so much. It solves a lot of my issues. And when I get to the neckline, I really wanted that neckline serged because I wanted it to be. It's not the end of the world. It's not. Sergers aren't the only way it works. Okay, that's my pep talk. I got this. This thing, I can just put it in timeout. Just in timeout for the moment. Here, take all your pieces. All right. Plan B. I am going to do stitch number 5 on my sewing machine. So stitch number 5 is a zigzag, but it's a 3-stitch zigzag. So instead of each stitch zigging and zagging, it takes 3 stitches in the zig, 3 stitches in the zag, 3 stitches in the zig, 3 stitches in the zag. And the reason I want that stitch instead of just a regular zigzag is because in a regular zigzag, when you pull it straight, you're going to get these lines that look like bars in that seam. And it gives you kind of a weird seam when it gets pulled straight, because even though it's zigging and zagging, once you pull on it and put stress on it, the outside of the seam, you're going to see these bars. But on the 3-step one, it's like 3 stitches each way. It holds a whole lot better. And it still has the flexibility of a zigzag stitch. I hope that makes sense, but that's my reasoning behind it. So whatever sewing machine you have, do the 3-stitch zigzag. Let's see if it'll work. Let me just cut off all this extra string garbage from that stupid Serger incident. I'm not even going to bother ripping it out. That's just where I'm going to start. Let's give this a go. Okay. I'm really not trying to stretch out these seams, so I'm really trying to push it into there so that it gathers it into the seam, as opposed to holding it back a little bit, because if I hold it back even a little bit, it's going to give me very wavy seams, sort of like a lettuce edge, and I don't want that. I want this to act as it's not elastic, but it's supposed to act as the scruncher. It's gathered into it. Yes, that's a technical term. It is today. I was wondering why it was doing the wrong stitch. I had the wrong number up there. There's a needle in there. Hold on. Knew it. can just put these ugly serger threads. I feel like it's going to do more damage taking them out than it would if I just left them in. And it's sewn and attached. This is gathered into this. It worked. It's not ugly, but it doesn't look like store-bought. I know. It's okay. All right, pull all my threads and do the other side. Okay, cut my threads because I will forget to. And we have another pant leg. Okay, I'm going to flip these out inside out because I want to see what they look like, but I don't want to mess the two layers attached to each other too much. Okay. And we have the bottoms of the pants. I like it. It's looking right. Yeah, if I didn't line these in polar fleece, they'd have a different look to them. These kind of have a sweatpant look, but it's a little blousier. And I take it as a cartoon coloring feel. I don't know. I'm working with it. But I need to do the placards. And I can easily do that with the sewing machine without feeling guilty because those aren't going to be stretched. They're just they need to lay flat and be pretty. And I have my iron. It's not set up, but I have it so that we can do a good job. Let me see what y'all are saying. Then I'll get back to that. So, Bernie Davis, you got this, Felicia. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to make it work. I think it looks pretty. I know. I was trying to be all with my serger, but we're not talking about that anymore. Bernie Davis, strong hold yet flexy. Gotcha. Yes, the 3-step zigzag. Here, let me show you on the sewing machine so you guys know what I'm talking about. Let it focus for a second. See how there's the regular zigzag? It's this one. It has 3 stitches this way, 3 stitches that way. Where these are just regular zigzags. This is a bumpy zigzag. These are good for edge finishing. These are great for like attaching neoprene. But this is the one I ended up using. So hope that helped. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, there you go. Okay, let's see. Janice Ulser, Adionolith, nice to meet you. Yes. Danda's Junk, it's handmade and custom. Yes, it is definitely handmade and custom and doesn't look store-bought. Okay. Bernie Davis, Etsy quality. I've never actually purchased anything off of Etsy, but technically did work for an Etsy shop for a while. Janice Ulcer, yeah, you get a lot of strange things on Etsy. Yes, you do. Dan does junk. My Gundam only looks good in pictures. I really need to work on my finishing. That is TV in a nutshell. Oh my gosh, so many things just look so beautiful in the pictures, but you look inside and it tells you the stories, but you know, that's not that's normally just my job, make sure it looks pretty. Um Yanalith, you can, and Felicia's stuff so much better than that. Thanks, I appreciate. um Interesting, Janice Ulcer. I've actually made some of those for the costume shop I worked at. Um Interesting. Yep. Nothing surprises me when you're creative for a career, you have to do some interesting things. Anyways, so I have 4 placards. There's one center front, side seams, and center back. Um, I cut them out of this really drapey, soft, it's like a vintage t-shirt knit fabric, and that is not going to hang or behave correctly. But I have this knit fabric that's has a good drape body and it doesn't curl. Like, it's a really good interlining fabric. I was almost calling it interfacing, but an interlining fabric that I can just sew in. So my plan is to make a sandwich. And the recipe for the sandwich is you have to take the first layer. Here, I'm going to do it over here on this cool looking table so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'll get them all set up and then assembly line ready to sew them. I dropped one. Okay. All right, let's make the sandwiches. So you want the right sides together of your fabric. So it's really easy to see the right and the wrong side. I'm going to take the 2 right sides and put them together. Make sure that they're all lined up pretty. If I cut them straight, that should be easy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the white on top. That way, when I flip it and turn it inside out, the white is definitely going to be in the middle. And you're going to see the 2 nice sides with the dark side out on both of them. So get them all lined up nice and straight. Oh, that's a needle and thread. I'm like, why is there thread sticking to this? Because there's a threaded needle just in case I need it. Okay. Pin the points. And then the next sandwich. I'm going to sew it with this side on the top though, because this fabric is a lot softer and those feed dogs are going to feed it and push it through a lot faster than they would push this other white fabric, my interlining fabric. It's going to push those, it's not going to grab and I just know that this stuff is going to just get all scrunched up in my sewing machine, but the white fabric's not going to get scrunched up in my sewing machine. So when I sew it, I'm going to make sure the white side's on the part where it touches the feed dogs being the under part of the sewing machine. Yeah, so that's the game plan. 1 sandwich down. I have 4 to go. Right sides together. These ones are already right sides together. And these 2 are already right sides together. And these 2. Yeah, this stuff is way too drapey to make a nice skirt, but I like the color. And that's the important part. I'll take. All right. I'm going to leave the tops of them open because that seam is going to be sewn inside of the waistband seam. So there's no point in closing it to flip it. And it'll make my life so much easier. Next sandwich. And one left. Two more sandwiches. Yes, that was off. I was feeling that one was off. Okay. Okay. Next one. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me plug in my iron so I can press these after I'm done sewing all of them and it'll be hot in time. I have my plug thing right here. Okay, got it. Huh. Oh, you guys see Spooky? Oh yeah, Spooky's right there. He is hiding in plain sight. Okay. Okay. Trash pan is sandwich. I wouldn't want to eat that one. You get a hairball or string ball. Ionolith, I always bought one but chickened out. What kind of sandwich, Trash Panda? um, okay. Looks like a fabric sandwich, yes. Okay. Hi, Spooky. Hi, everyone, and Felicia. Hi, Austin Lips. Okay, so we have all the placards for the skirt pinned together. I'm just going to stitch around them. My iron is heating up right now. I have a ironing board, so I'm not going to be ironing on the glass table. We're not going to mess with see how tempered the glass is. Janice User, how did you learn to use a serger? My mother. Yes, and then I also worked at a couple places. Well, I worked at a costume shop and I was always having to fix the sewing machines and sergers and stuff. And everyone is just a little different. I prefer computer um, computerized sewing machines because they take a lot of the guesswork out of things. But yeah, this is not my normal serger. This is my brother's serger. My sewing machine's mine, but it's a brother. But this serger is not mine. It is my brother's. And I do have to give it back to him, but my serger needs to go to the shop to get serviced because it's very old and very well used. But yeah, so we're just gonna forget about that. It's in timeout. We're gonna move on. We're just gonna use the sewing machine, and yeah. So okay, turn this. You're not plugged in. You need power. Okay. I am going to go with a straight stitch on this. I'm going to start off with using the regular stitch length. If it feels too tight, I might go longer. Yeah, I'm going to go a little longer. Instead of trying to just take the corner and drive around them, that's going to give me round corners. I'm going to finish the edge, cut the thread, finish the edge, cut the thread, finish the edge, cut the thread, and then sew up. So I'm not, so I'm going to be cutting the thread at each corner, both directions. If that makes sense. And now I'm going to do this one towards the point. All right, I'm going to flip this one out inside out because I just want to peek and see what it's going to look like and where I have to trim everything. I know I'm going to have to trim out the excess fabric on the points, but I just wanted to see what it looks like first. Okay, not bad. Reminds me of a giant tongue. Poor Tongue Tongue, he has but one tongue to taste the world. All right. Now, let me take giant scissors. All right. if I fold this over before I flip it inside out, it'll be folded over when I flip it inside out, and I'll have the cleanest point I'm ever going to have on this. Honestly, that's not bad. I'm going to go to a full-on basting stitch, and I am going to go around this entire edge with the straight stitch. I want to press it first. So it means I have to stitch all of these, and then I'll do that. Each step, I have 4 of them. Okay. Remember how I told you I need to put the white fabric on the bottom because the pink fabric's going to get gathered into it? It is gathering a little bit into it because but it's not as bad because it's on the top. It would be worse if it was on the bottom. So that's why I keep lifting my presser foot so that I'm not building up these gathers and wrinkles. I'm releasing the pressure and just keeping it smooth. Yeah. Because again, you don't want to pull because that's how you get wrinkly seams. Fold over on my corner. I'm just going to put a pin in it because it is perfect and I want to keep it there. Second one. this in for my corners. Press that. And the last one. Okay. Last one. Oops. There we go. All right. So I wanted to add a little bit of sizing. Sizing meaning some kind of a chemical on the outside of the fabric that changes the properties of the fabric. Starch is considered a sizing, but this is not starch. Be careful when you're buying starch that you get starch and not Luxe Finish ironing spray. Pro grade, but ironing spray and starch are two completely different things. Starch, you will get a nice crunchy, stiffer, crisper ironing. This Luxe Finish ironing spray, it's a wrinkle releaser, so you're not going to get a crunchy. It's never going to get crunchy. It's going to always be, but it's not going to be wrinkly, but it's not going to be starched. So be careful. I have to use this up before I go get starch because I don't want to be wasteful. Okay, Austin Lips, what are you going to make tonight, Felicia? I am sewing together the Tylee costume from Avatar Last Airbender, the cartoon, because I'm going to be going to SAC Anime and the voice actor is going to be there and I think it'd be fun. So that's what's going on. So I am con crunching. I have a week. Well, it's next weekend. It's next year. No, but it's coming up and I have to get this sewn together so I can wear it. And I figured, why not make it harder by live streaming while I do it? I appreciate a challenge. Okay, Tylee cosplay chapter 2. Yeah, because they all get introduced in the second book. But yes. Dan does junk. You said you're going to try and get a better setup for streaming. Are you just using a laptop with webcam? Currently, yeah. Yeah, nope, this is my shitty quality, crappy lighting, but room for improvement. Just gonna get better. So, keep. Anyways, yes, my goal for this year is to get an actual better setup so that it's easier to live stream and show you guys all these weird projects that I work on. Dan does junk. I'm using an old phone since they put a lot of R&D into their cameras and an app to use it as a webcam. That was originally my plan. That's why I had the phone that I had, but then I dropped it in the pool because, you know, I'm smart. But yeah, um, that that may end up happening, but I goals. That is my goals. Okay. Austin Lips. Felicia is quiet and working time. Yeah, when I'm making progress, I'm not talking. When I'm talking, I'm not making progress. It's okay. It's all sewn together. I'm about to press it. Um, Bernie Davis. Felicia is wrapping the outside with the inside to make it good, like a big Newton. Yep. Okay, starch spray equals crunchy. Yes, starch spray equals crunchy. Ironing spray just means it's not going to be wrinkly. Smell good. Um, it was, I think, 59 today, and now it's raining. Yeah, it's raining out there. It's kind of a lovely night. I had those curtains closed, but it's like, you know what? It's nighttime. I'm appreciating it right now. Um, Yana List says, so that's probably why I can't see you, Dan, because you're on mobile. Okay, so I am just going to spray these real quick, and then I'm going to set up my ironing while it's soaking in. But yeah, don't spray, y'all. I'll get both sides. I love the smell of this stuff, even though it's not the right stuff. It smells like clean laundry in girls' camp. Girls' camp, I think it's because we had some kind of a, spray that smelled like that. I don't know. But anyways, okay, I have a not hot iron. There we go. I have an iron. I have a mini iron board. Okay. This there, this here. So there's definitely a front and a back. The front is going to be the side that has the white side sewn to it, and then the back is going to be the other side. And I am going to press it and then stitch it right away and then do the next one. Because it's a knit, it's drapey. You don't really press knits, but you can kind of press knits. So a lot of it you can do with your fingers. You can use a nice cooler iron, but it really does make a difference. Make sure I'm not burning. Press. Oh my gosh, it's one of those fabrics. They always make me so nervous. It's a color changing with the heat. It's ever so slight, but I'm always worried it's going to be permanent. I didn't test this fabric before. I peated it. Oh well. I'm still going to press it because it's going to look way better if I do. And now I'm going to top stitch it using a straight stitch all the way around my edges. That way it looks clean and nice. I'm going to do it on the edge. Now this one I am going to do take the curve without stitching through, because this is a top stitch, it's decorative. Even though I don't really want to see it, it's still considered a decorative element. And make it to the point. And there we have it, little skirt flaps. And I'm just going to press all my seams nice and extra flat, because sometimes you get a little bit of a wiggle from your sewing machine, and I don't want that to stay in there. I think that hangs nice. I think it has a good drape to it. A few more, but yay, it's turning out all right. I like the front better than the back, that's for sure. There's definitely a front and back. To the side. Okay. If you're worried about your fabric, use a pressing cloth. It'll give a barrier to keep this from messing anything up, but I don't have the iron on that high of a heat. I just want to make sure that I'm telling the knit this is where I want you to lay flat. I have a clapper. A clapper is a little wooden block that you help with pressing and you just smoosh it. But I'm using my hand because, like I said, this is not a high heat, it's a low heat. But I put my hand on it until I feel that it's cool, and that sets it. If I just leave it hot and I don't smash it, it doesn't like flatten out as nicely. But if you press it and then you smash it, it'll have a nice clean seam. That's what a clapper is for. I'm just using my hand for that. Shh, don't tell, but I'm not gonna burn myself. All right. If I don't top stitch it, it does look lovely. This is definitely the back. You see how it's drapey? And this is the front. You see how it's all supported with that underlining. And I could leave it like this, but it gives it a little more structure and support when you sew the seam allowance, like it gives it a little more like a frame. Okay. There's that one. See how there's a little bit of wrinkle in it from sewing? Now I'm just going to press that up because I don't want to keep that. Okay. 2 down. 2 to go. Halfway there. I'm getting quiet. I must be making some progress. After I finish the next one, I will come see what y'all are saying over there. I really feel like I could have gone burgundy with this one part of this outfit, but I keep thinking my aura is never faux pinker, and so I'm okay with the pink, the pinkiness. Right side up. So I said don't use a straight stitch on a knit, and I just did all of these with straight stitches, but it's not a big deal because there's no pressure on the seams. They're not being used to hold anything together. They are just they're not just decorative, but they're not going to be, they need to stay straight and they need to stay flat, and a straight stitch is going to be perfect. So it's not a rule of which stitch you have to use with a knit. It is what is its function, and I can tell you the best stitch for that. But yeah, almost done, getting there. Oh, there's a lid. Alright, let me press this. You smoosh it, and then you smoosh it, and you smoosh it, and then it looks right. Alright. Really try and pressing it, not ironing it as much, because ironing is going to stretch out the fabric, but pressing it's going to tell the fibers, go back to where you belong. Yes, go back to start. Just reset everything, you know. If you're ironing it, it's kind of pushing everything out and they're all getting flat. You like my impression of the fibers? back to normal versus getting squished. I hope that makes sense of why you press and not iron. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. And the last one, yay! All right. Oh, how did it come unthreaded? Probably just pulled it out too aggressively. Oh well. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Pressing, more pressing. Okay. That over there. This out of the way for a second. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Austin lives. Good job, Felicia, tonight. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm live. I'm struggling in front of all y'all, but I'm actually making progress. So, and it's looking pretty. So, can't complain too much. Danda's Junk says, I just looked at the character model and I believe it's 4 flaps on her pants. Yep, 4 plant flaps, 2 front and 2 at the side seams. Danda's Junk, great job. Thank you. I gotta go drive to San Francisco tomorrow. Night, everyone. Good night. Have fun in the city. Um, Austin Love's just yawning, tired. It's good watching Felicia tonight live. Well, thank you for joining me. I may be putting you to sleep because it might be a little boring watching me sew this, but I'm having fun. Yonalith, so what now? I'd like to go to sleep at a reasonable hour. Bernie Davis singing under pressure. Yep, it's okay. We got this. I am going to now pin those to my waistband, and I am going to then pin my I'm going to sew my top of my waistband, and then I'm going to, I might want to interface it. Let me think about that, but I can at least pin those onto the pants. Yeah, I can pin these onto the pants. Can't put liquids near my fabrics because I will spill. It is just the way I work. Okay, so my pants. Which flappity flap looks the best? Which one lays the nicest just naturally? That one lays really nice. And this is the right side? No, that's the right side. Okay, you are the standard. That one's also nice. I'm not complaining about it. That one can go on a side seam. I think this is going to be my front, back, and my 2 side seams. I'm going to mark the centers of these with the pin. The center of this one with the pin. Center of this one. The pin. And okay, now that, oh, that's the wrong side. That's the right side. Now that I have it all marked out, those pins are going to line up with my seams. I have seams on the front and the back, but I do not have side seams because I eliminated those when I was patterning. So I'm going to mark it with the pin where those side seams are. And mark this side. Toby is snoring. He is passed out. Bruno's snoring. And Spooky is snoring in the middle. Look at these lazy animals. There's Bruno sleeping, Spooky sleeping, and Toby. They're passed out. I guess yesterday when they had all that energy, they're like, I don't have it today. All right. This is my center front. I'm going to take that pin that I put in the very center and I'm going to line it with my center seam. I'm going to squish my seam allowance so it goes out and lays flat. And I am just going to pin all of these layers just nice and flat together. But starting at the center. And let me do my back. Just making sure I have the right side on the outside. I do. Okay. it doesn't ever hurt to double check, but got the right side out. Yes, sir, it is. Okay. Line the pin up with my seam allowance. Go out flat. And then pin all my layers together. So this is probably my last live stream for this year. I really enjoy doing this, so I want to make it better and do better. So, got 2 of those on. Now let me do the side seams. Start in the center. Sure, the right side up. Line up pin. I really want to make sure that all of these layers of fabric get sewn in. I don't want to miss one little spot. That would be so annoying. Okay, and the last little flappy thing. Is that the correct way? Yep. Line up my pins. Ouch. Okay, I'm sitting here thinking of this and I'm feeling all of these layers that I have in here, and this is pretty heavy and hefty, and this mauve fabric that I have is pretty lightweight. It's not very resilient. It's pretty and it's a nice stretchy knit, but it'll be this heavy if I interline it. I think that's too heavy. Will it be? I don't know. Let me think. Should I? Shouldn't I? Okay. Those are all pinned in there together. Let me grab my waistband. There should be 4 of these. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Cut 4. I have 2. Sitting here. Those are cuffs. That's a collar. That's a collar. That's my bodice. That's not that piece. Oh, well, I guess I have to cut 2 more. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to cut 2 more. And since I'm cutting 2 more, I am going to cut an interlining. I might as well. This fabric is just too drapey. It is not. It needs it. Okay. Let me go grab the leftover fabric from that. Ah, forgot that thing's magnetic. Oh well. Okay, that is sewn. I mean, cut. Let me get 2 of those. Cut up this fabric. Three, 4, and then all right. Boy, clean up that edge. Okay. Let me see what y'all are saying before I go and sew and pin all of that together. Okay. Bernie Davis, everyone is snoozing, such party poopers. Yeah, it's nighttime. It's rainy. It's stormy. It is nice time to snooze, isn't it? We can only take too much excitement, lol. Bernie Davis, it's your cosplay. Do as you wish. Yeah, pretty much. I'm making comfy pajamas. That's what I'm making, but I think it'll be fun. Okay, so I'm going to I cut out an extra interlining just because the fabric's really drapey and droopy, and it's not going to do what I need it to do. But if I put an interlining, then it will. I'm going to sew the top seams. I'm going to sew the side seams, and then I'm going to sew them all together. And then I'm going to fold it in with all my right sides together, sew the loop to the waistband, flip it out, and then the pants should be, knock on wood, done after that. So, getting there. Okay. Here is my sewing machine. Now this, I'm going to sew with the 3-stitch zigzag just because this is a waistband. It's going to be stretched every which way. I am sewing front to back and making 3 circles that I'm then going to attach at the top. You know what? I think I can do it the way I just did it doing my sandwich. No, I want to do my side seams first. Yeah. I want to sew my side seams for all 3 circles, and then I'll attach them all at the top and flip them at the bottom. Here's my top. So the side seam. Oh, let me make that a much bigger stitch. Otherwise, it's just going to eat my fabric. There we go, that's nice. See, it's stretchy without popping my seams, and it definitely holds my seams. Don't want to super stretch it because I'm still sewing it together. I can stretch it after it's all together. Okay, now I'm going to make a sandwich of them all together. Circle. And then I'm going to flip it. All right, since I can't open my seam allowance, I'm going to stagger my seam allowances so that they lay flat. Okay, right side, because that's going to flip. All right, I have to think about how the circle's going to flip. It's going to sew together, and then this is going to flip, so I need to put these two right sides together. Right at the seam. And make sure I don't do a Mobius strip and do something awkward like that. It's happened before. Right sides together. Right sides together. Right sides together. It's only late. Everybody's sleeping. But it's okay. Alright, that's right. Those seam allowances up. And I'm going to put this on the outside edge. All right, this is a lot of pinning. I'm gonna sit and pin over here because I can, so you guys can see what I'm doing. So my inner donut is the fabric with the right sides together. My outer donut's this one, and then I'm going to, from the bottom side, flip it open, so both sides are going to be my pretty side. Okay. Mark your pieces so you don't mix them up. Yeah, I just didn't cut enough of that one piece, and I overcut another one. It's okay. Now I interfaced it, and we're better off. Who's still here? Raise your hand. We got Iana Lith, Austin Lips, who's watching and eating Tootsie Rolls. Okay, so we're still here. We're still going. Let me just pin this. I don't want to stretch everything out. I just want it to all line up. I am not so pinning all the way, starting at one side and pinning around. That is just going to push all the fullness to one direction. So what I'm doing is I am pinning towards my centers. So I'm starting at my side seams. They're pinned. I know they're exactly where they need to be. And I'm taking a few and I'm pinning this way, and then I'm pinning on from this side, so that I am just kind of gently making sure that all the weird pulls and stuff like that aren't going to mess up my stitches, or, it'll hang straight. And then there's definitely a little V right in the very front, and I'm going to line all of those up. And then make sure all my layers are pinned. Oh, Janice Oozer is here. Raise hand. Glad you're still here. Yes, we went pretty late yesterday. See how far I can get done today, and then I'm going to be finished for the year because I'm not working on it tomorrow. And then the first, I'm going to go do a live stream on Odin Makes live stream, and we're going to actually get the handle done on our Ghostbusters Proton Pack. That's the plan, at least. Okay, now it's all pinned up nice and evenly. All my layers are all there. Let me get the back side now. But yeah, I believe the con's on the 6th, 8th, 9th. I don't know. It's coming up quick. The thing is you don't want to fight your fabric. You just, it's straight. You cut them out nicely. They should line up nicely. They don't, you're probably pushing and pulling something. Let me get those little V's lined up. Yeah, this outside fabric is just too drapey to do any kind of ribbing support. That's okay. It's going to be cold. More layers means more warm. Oh, nice. Bernie Davis says people in Europe are already getting their Hasbro Spangler packs, and I'm very excited to get mine. Those things are awesome. Are they the children's ones where they're the scaled ones, or are they the actual right size? Because I'm curious. Oh, Iana Liz. Yeah, SAC Anime is running from the 6th to the 8th of January, so 1 week out. Yes, okay. So I did have the numbers kind of right. It's late, people. It's late. And nothing's gone my way yet. Okay, so we have it all pinned. I'm going to sew the seam around. I'm going to use that 3-step zigzag for this stitch. And I might actually do a straight stitch all the way around just so that I have a cleaner seam at the top if it pops, whatever. But yeah, that's my game plan. And then I'm going to flip it, press it, and then pin it to the top of the shorts. And then I will sew all the layers. And we'll see how my sewing machine handles that. Okay. It is still at the right settings. I'm just going to try with the white on top, see how it goes. Alright, turning it off and on again to get back to the straight stitch. And then I'm just going to straight stitch all the way around just so that I have a clean edge. Okay, yay. And now I'm going to flip it so it's all pretty side. Alright, I should press that. It will lay so much nicer if I do. I'm not going to top stitch it because this is a stretchy seam and that's what's going to be holding it where it needs to be going. So I don't want to screw that up. But let me press it. I popped this off of my sewing machine. It goes right here. Because it makes it easier to do a tube underneath this part of my sewing machine. When this is here, I can't fit anything through this part. There's a block right here. But if I get rid of this thing, it fits all the way through. So it's nice to have more table space, surface area, but when doing tubes, just go out of my way. All right. actually starting to get warm. Whew. But I am wearing a sweatshirt. Okay, let's see. Felicia, there are full-size pocket packs with lights and sounds. Wow, they're full size. That is awesome. When I worked for the costume shop, we used to be able to pre-order like stuff for the season, and I got to go look through all those catalogs, and that would be a great investment piece. I'm not gonna lie, but it would need to be insured. Janice Usar at Behind the Scenes Fashion. It's funny you're working on Avatar The Last Airbender cosplay while the Avatar Squeakquel is sucking up all the oxygen. I know, okay? Like, I want to like the Avatar movies, but they don't like that they use the name. I get it, but at the same time. And yeah, book one of Avatar Airbender is water. And the other Avatar is doing a water theme. Anyways, yeah. I know. My timing's a little off, but I'm more of a fan of one than the other. The other one's alright. It was fun, but it wasn't anything like incredibly groundbreaking story-wise, you know. It's kind of a fancy Ferngully. Do enjoy, I'm not gonna lie, but this hero's journey was amazing. Yes. Yeah, Bernie Davis, the blue cat people in the quest of water, something like that. Yeah, it sounds yeah. Um Janice Usser saying at Bernie Davis, or it's like, as I like to call it, dances with Smurfs, the Water Tribe. Water Tribe, see? But yes. Um yeah. Okay. Austin Lips, I might go to bed at 2:30 a.m. tonight. Busy tomorrow for New Year's and stuff. I know. Don't stay up too late, people, with me. Watch this later if you have to. But thank you for being here. I appreciate the company while I'm working on my project. Um, H70 Polo, it's finally here. What's finally here? You're finally here. Welcome. Oh, Bernie Davis, Ferngully 3, Waterworld. I like that. I would see that actually. That sounds like a good one. Okay. Bernie Davis, 400 bucks for the Hasbro. Yeah, that's totally worth it because so at the costume shop, it was like a rental for the accessories was between 35 and 45, depending on, and you got the whole suit and stuff like that. So you rented it a few times. It eventually pays itself back, especially year after year if you can get a few rentals in. So I would have bought it for the costume shop, that's for sure. Okay, H70 Polo, the moment you've been putting off, it's finally here. What moment have I been putting off working on this? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm putting it off now. Let me go press this and then we'll pin it. I am going to stop when these pants are done though. So I'm going to stop at the pants and I want to see if I can get my serger fixed so I can do the bottom. I'm going to stop at the pants and I want to see if I can get my serger fixed so I can do the bodice just because the neckline. I want it to be stretchy and I know that the serger would do a good edge for what I want to do with the neckline. Where the sewing machine, I'm not as confident that it'll look as nice. So when these pants are finished, then I will finish this live stream and I can do it in less than an hour, that's for sure. So I'm just going to keep going. Janice User, Serger looks scary. It does, and they're not that bad. I just can't struggle with one live in front of all y'all. Well, it's just not gonna. Y'all are watching. I can't do it. it just won't work. But yeah, you guys weren't watching. It was working just fine. There we go. Just press these. I am going to pin it the way I want it to stay, just so that when I pin it around the waistband, it doesn't pull any of the layers too much one way or twist it. I'm just looking out for future problems. Future problems I've had before. It's called experience or mistakes, your choice. Okay. This is looking pretty. Kind of a nice feeling finally to get this project off my brain. I've been thinking about it for a while since I've seen Tylee on the show. Going, if I dressed up as one of those, that's who I would dress up as. And then my sister and I were talking, and she's like, if I went to a convention, I'd dress up as Toft. And I was like, I'd want to be Tylee. And yes, you are totally Toft. My sister is totally Toft. She is tough, she is strong, and she doesn't take no. Anyways, so it's really nice just to get this off my brain. And then I have it. Ooh, I have to show you guys something before we go, though, okay? It's completely off topic. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Just gonna put this down here because look how cute they are. You can't even see it. This is a Spooky right here. This right here, sorry, Spooky, is Spooky. You guys can't see that cute little killy cat. Yeah, see, he has a paw. But look, he just like hides in the shadows. That's why he's Spooky Shadow Ninja Gomez. Yeah. He's a crazy little pocket-sized panther who hides in the shadows. Okay. It really is laying nicely once it's pressed. Without the pressing, it's really not wanting to stay. There's just too much drapiness going on. Just heat set it, say this is where you belong, and then it'll be like, all right, I can stay there. Okay, now this is a nice little waistband. It's for right here. I'm going to take these lovely pants and turn them inside out now, gently, because I have lots of pins in here. Ah! These kind of remind me of flower petals. So make sure all the flower petals are on the inside. We already pinned them all nicely. So now I'm going to go around and pin the hem of this because I'm going to flip it upside down and then pin it inside of there. And it'll be easier if I just pin it Pins, 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 pins. There's times to use them and then there's times to not. You need to know the rules so you know when to break them. Okay, let's see. Don't forget to hydrate, drink water. Thanks, my homeostasis is dysfunctional. Okay. Bernie Davis, your sister's blind? Just kidding. No, my sister is just tough as nails. That's all. Yeah. She is an electrical engineer for the state of California. I'm very proud of her. All right. Sorry, I just want to make sure all my seam allowance is laying the correct way so it's not flipped funny. It'll lay so much nicer if they're all going the right way. H70 pillow. Okay, she must be using a green screen. I thought it was a light projection at first. I am not using a green screen. We are not that tech savvy here yet. We're working on it. This is a practical effect. There is a light right there. See, that's my foot blocking the light. This is a glass table. It's a frosted glass table. It's my favorite sewing desk. I've had it for too many years to admit to. And I just projected the Aurora Borealis in my living room because we live in the future and this technology exists. Let me see. Okay. Ionolith, is that how Odin got his current job? I missed something. Okay, I missed something. I have to pin this, otherwise I'm never going to get this finished. Do that right here. But yeah, these are all the same size, so I know that they're all line up. I have this one crappy camera situation, and it is easier for me to do this in my lap where you guys can't see, but I know everything's lining up perfectly. But yeah. Yana Lith says, it is. I love the Aurora Borealis. Okay, so I saw this one name and I loved it. It was Aurora Lori Alice. And I was like, that is the coolest little name. Aurora Lori Alice. It's a Disney princess and beautiful lights at the same time. Oh, Iana says, I mean, you were explaining what your sister's job is, and I was wondering if she helped Odin get his current job. No, she works for the state of California for the electrical. She's an electrical engineer. Odin works for Department of Water Resources. So yes, they both have state and government jobs, not the same departments. Yes. But yeah, the Bernie Davis Aurora Rose is one of my favorite Disney princesses. Yes, Briar Rose Aurora. I wonder if she's like, yo, who are y'all talking about? I'm just not used to being called Aurora. Okay. Pin, 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 pin. I'm going to have to take all of these pins out. But if I do it nicely now, it'll look so much nicer when I sew it together, especially with the droopy, drapey layers and the interfacing. Okay. Dos más. Dos más. Hey, Bruno. How you doing? He's putting a little shadow on the little thing now. How you doing? You look happy. Okay. It lays flat. Yana, so are you going to finish this tonight? No, I am going to finish the pants. The bodice I will just do on another night. I if my serger is working, I probably could because I have a whole hour. It only takes me an hour to do like a complicated bodice. This one's a super, super simple bodice, although the collar, I'm I'm working tweaking it out in my head a little bit. So yeah. Bernie Davis says, I work at a local college, so I kind of have a state government job. Nice. I need one of those grown-up jobs. You know. Oh well, I'm over here making fancy pajamas. Okay. My side seams. Let me mark my center front and my center back. Line those up. Those up. And I'm going to take this T-pin because I have no logic to the colors of my pins. I know, this is crazy. So I often color code my pins depending on what quadrant I'm in so that I know my center front, center back, side seams, and where I'm at from like across the room. But I just pulled all the pins and mixed and matched them and just did them at random order, so that means nothing, but I do want to differentiate where my center front and my center back are. So that's why I only had one T-pin. Oh well, this green one. It's not super noticeable. This will be my center back. All right. Now I'm going to line up my quadrants. Okay. H70 Polo, how are you not tired at this time of day? Because I don't drink coffee after 3 o'clock, but I'm drinking it now. If I don't drink coffee after 3 o'clock, I can fall asleep easily. If I do, I stay up way too late. Like, way too late. That's okay. I plan on sleeping in tomorrow because I'm also staying up late tomorrow night. And then I have the stream tomorrow, well, next year, with Odin, and I usually wake up not too early, but I get there around like 10 so that we can kind of figure shit out before we get going. Yeah. Iana Liz, she's got some weird energy. Caffeine. Bernie Davis, West Coast time is different from East Coast time. Iana, listen, my same time zone. Yes. Oh, yeah. We still have to figure out all the different time zone differences. What's going on, Bruno? Where's my side seam? Center front, center back. Oh no, I'm all tangled. Come here, Bruno. Bruno, come here. I bonked his little head. It sounded loud. It wasn't a hard one, though. Iana says, yeah, we're both in Cali, but I'm near LA. Yeah. I'm in the state capital. I live in Sacramento. Yes. Anyways, let me pin this. Okay, are you situated? You are situated. Okay. Right sides together, right sides together. Center front, center front. Let me line these up together. All the layers. Okay. Bernie Davis, Bruno puppy. Iana, he's no puppy. He thinks he is. He is the, nope. Spooky's the baby now. You're not the baby. Yeah. Toby's 10 years old. And Bruno, I want want to say about 3, maybe 4 years old. He's not that old. 3? I think he's about 3, honestly. And Spooky was born in April. On, I think April 1st on April Fool's. I'm not sure though. I have to go double check. Think I would remember something like that. Side seams right here, here to here. Okay, now that I have all my quadrants lined up to make sure that I have my pants, both the outside and the lining fabric. I have my petals, which is 3 layers of fabric, so that's 5 layers right there. And then I have my waistband, which is another 3 layers, so we're up to 8 layers of fabric in the seam. And I want them all to line up nicely, and they should all be the same width, circumference. Before I was gathering the pant legs into the cuff, I am not doing any gathering. There should be no bumps. It should all line up if I did my math right. So, yay, math. Um, Someone Polo says caffeine's a good trick though. Yeah, caffeine. As long as I don't as long as I understand how my body reacts with it, we're pretty good. Cause I don't function well on no sleep, but if I get the right amount of sleep, I'm okay. And I did get good sleep. Like right after the stream yesterday, I passed out. It was comfy. I was fine. How did you guys do? Some of y'all are back. Yanlis here. Tired. But we won't be going to midnight. We're just going till these pants are finished. Right now, I am just pinning around all 8 layers of fabric at this waistband. Whey. I am going to do a straight stitch first. No, I'm not. I am not going to do a straight stitch because it's just going to pop and it's going to make that seam immobile. I am definitely going to do a 3-step zigzag. I could do an abstract stitch, but it's not really that big of a deal. Yana says, I'd rather have hot cocoa. Yes, hot cocoa is lovely. I like vanilla, which is just cinnamon water, which is just cinnamon sticks boiled in water, and then I add some creamer, flavored creamer. It makes it taste really good. Brittany Davis says, with marshmallows. We have no marshmallows. Oh no. Don't you get the hot chocolate packs with the marshmallows? Those are the ones I specifically buy. Yana says, I slept really good. Well, I'm glad. You stayed up really late and then you were ready to pass out, I'm sure. Just make sure this is flat. It's not bleeding. I poked a little harder than I thought because it got a little stuck because it was on the seam allowance. It was on the center front seam, and you add 1, 2, 4 more layers into that because of the seam allowance. Add some bulk in there, and so I kind of pushed a little harder and got my little finger there, but it's okay. It happens. You get used to it. Here's this trick that's kind of gross that nobody tells you about, but I'm going to tell you. Your saliva will get rid of your blood. So if you stab yourself and it gets on your project, the enzymes in your spit will break down the stain, the blood stain, and it will get it out. better than shout. But yeah. Shh, don't tell. Okay. Yana says, no, straight stitch. Yeah, no, I'm not going to straight stitch. I'm going to do the 3-step zigzag for sure. Bernie Davis says, I got up at 2 p.m., so yeah, good night's rest. That's why you all are here. You got good night's rest. Good. Yana says, I put cinnamon sticks with hot apple cider with raisins. Ooh, me too. I also add oranges or orange zest to that too. It used to be a family tradition for Christmas, and that smell just takes me back there. H70 Polo. Good thing the fabric you're sewing is red. Yeah, all these lovely shades of the Fire Nation. You know. If you didn't bleed, did you really make... I don't know, I'm just imagining Azula. Yanela says, needle pricks are not as bad. No, it's not the worst. Because I feel it, I stop. Like, as soon as I'm like, ah! Okay. H70 Polo, what was your name for cinnamon tea? Canela. It's Spanish for cinnamon, but canela is the cinnamon tea I like to drink. Austin Lip says, sorry, it takes a long time to type. No worries. I am actually sitting here pinning this and looking at your comments for the moment. When I'm over there, I can't really see. So, oh no, I hope I didn't. I'm really trying to get all of these layers. It is like a sandwich and a half right now. Okay. Brittany Davis says, I'm always getting nicked, cut from something. I'm used to it. Yes, remember, people, hot things are hot, sharp things are sharp, and doesn't keep me from playing with them. Yana says, it's hard to find spiced apple cider packets. I actually find those quite often. I do like them. They're near the hot chocolate packets. They have them at Walmart. But, yeah. Yana with Ganilla? No, Canilla with a C. Ganilla. H7 over odd. Teta Canilla. Canilla, yeah. Just boiled cinnamon sticks, but it's so comforting. It's such a nice, simple, delicious thing to sip on. You don't even have to add the creamer. My hair is just falling out at this braid. I'm going to take it out. Whatever. It's almost midnight. I am comfortable with you guys. Ianalith, don't worry about your spelling. First of all, it's Spanish. So, different rules. And it helps you clarify, did you hear a C sound or a G sound? H70 Polo says, apparently good for weight loss. Not like I need it. I never thought of that. I just like the way it tastes. I feel like any tea is good for weight loss. Just drink water. Fill up on like nice warm drink. Jeez, look how thick this is. There's some layers in here. I don't know what I was getting into. Ganilla, canilla. Yeah, canilla. Kind of a K sound, but G. It's okay. We're learning. The more you know, right? All right. This thing, I'm going to go all the way around using the 3-step zigzag. And then we might actually have some pants. Maybe. Right, Bruno. Right. Put this over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did the longest stitch length, not because I'm basting. It's not a basting stitch at this point. Because there are 8 freaking layers in here, it has to, when it goes to the next stitch, it has to go up and over, and that takes more thread. So if you take bigger bites, it'll give you normal looking stitches. So I set it to as big as it can get. Ready or not? Let's do this. So I put a lot of pins in, but I'm not like really taking them out hardcore right now because I have them pinned in this way. When I'm sewing, it's more likely to miss the pin, but if I have them pinned this way, it's just going to be on the line that I'm stitching, and you have to take them out. But shh, I'm sewing over my pins. Okay, it's my sewing machine, and if I replace this needle, whatever, it's ready to be replaced. I just don't want to sew over the pin heads. Alright, I made it all the way around. I pull out all these pins, and then we'll see if I have to go back to the drawing board or if we're good. Bruno's took my seat, and I don't want to displace him. I already made him uncomfortable so far. Okay, fine. Come here, Bruno. Come here. You can help me take out the pins, okay? Okay. Iana says, I love Jumperado. Me too. It's a little thick. I have to be in the mood for it. I really do. It's good. I like the nut one, the nuez one. But yes, I do like Jumperado. Reminds me of my friend Adrienne. She really liked it too. Bernie Davis says, my Spanish is not very good. Mine neither, but it doesn't keep me from trying. Yana says, hi, Bruno. They're saying hi to you. Yeah, they are. Stop staring into my soul, Toby. I'm blocking Toby. Sorry. Okay. And then all of those lovely pins I put in the top of this too, so that it would lay flat when I was sewing it. Let me pull those out. Click, 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 click. I used all the pins in this. How many pins was that? I have no idea. I could count them. Or I could stab myself with them. Shh. Okay. Let me turn this inside out. See if it's going to work. Or if I have to make some adjustments. So we have some pants. There is a pucker right here. That can get pressed out at least. Okay. Where's the front? Where's the back? That's the back. This is the front. Okay. Oops, hi, Bruno. Let me try these off. They're getting stuck to the pants I'm wearing. Okay, I think I have to take it in at the top a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than my hips than I wanted it to be. The rest of this, do I have these on backwards? No, I don't. You guys can't see this. So we have all the little flappy things. We have the knees that are puffy. And we have the pants. Not bad. Hi. Yep. These things lay flat nicely. The way they kick and spin. What do you think, Bruno? My twirly skirt? Yes. Let me try and flip these around. Okay. What's wrong, Toby? Okay, that's definitely the front, definitely the back. But we have Tylee's pants. And I think this top got way super stretched out in the making of this. That is okay. I know how to fix it. This is fine. It's here that needs to be taken in. So all I have to do is take it in at this angle. Yeah. So I'm happy for now. I'm going to call it a night. All working on this project. Yeah. I'm going to take off probably this waistband. Rip it out, take in the side seams towards the top. I'm going to probably do negative ease on this because I was doing it at my waist measurement, but because it's a knit fabric, it got stretched out and it needs to do holding, so it needs to be smaller. So I think I'm going to do a negative 6 inches of ease. But when you add it up all the way around in the quadrants, it's only like about a couple inches all the way around. But that's the game plan. But I'm pretty happy with the way these pants turned out. I like that they're cartoony feeling. I like that they're comfortable. I like everything about them, but I do need to make it smaller at this is fine, needs to come in. So I will be doing that math and I'll fix that. But right now I'm just gonna let it be. Call it a night on that. Austin Liz says bedtime in a couple minutes to 2:30 and go to bed. Well, it's nice talking to the chat tonight, Felicia. Well, I guess it's bedtime for me. Good tonight and everyone else. Good night, Austin Lips. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Bernie Davis says it's 2:32 here. Well, it's only 11:30 here. It's not that late. Yelna says that looks good though. Yes. I feel like they feel cartoony. They're really comfortable. I'm not going to be wearing them over these cotton pants, so they'll slide on a little easier. Yeah. Yeah, it says just a bit in. Yeah, no, I know how to fix that problem. That problem's easy. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. It's gonna hold together. It's gonna be nice. I just have to put that negative ease only on the top of the waistband. The bottom of the waistband's fine. And I know how to fix that, and I'll show you guys that next time. Next year. Bernie Davis says not bad. If only I could sew like that. It's not easy. I'm not gonna pretend it is easy too, so it's something that I have screwed up so many times. I have a degree in this stuff, and there's still stuff that I'm learning. Um, it's not that hard, but it's definitely a lot to think about. It's making the puzzle and then putting the puzzle together with different materials and pieces, you know. Yeah, but yes. Um, Yana says, Happy New Year's Eve and see you in the new year, Felicia. And Bernie Davis says, May your 2023 bring you riches, right? Please and thank you. I will not say no to that. All right, before I go, I wanted to show you guys something I was working on, and I couldn't show you guys because, I didn't want to ruin the Christmas surprise of everything, but look what I made. Isn't this fun? I made a talking crusty doll. No, it does not talking, but he has some firecrackers in there. And he comes with his own little plastic knife that's pretty sharp. Look at that. It's actually for cutting lettuce, but thought it was too perfect. And then he's a little rag doll I made. I was going to de-shinify his eyes and paint him like a flat white, but seeing the victims in his murderous eyes is hilarious in photographs, so I totally left it. He even has a pull string. His tongue sticks out. He has evil teeth. They're sharp. And look at his hair. It's all crusty. And then he has an evil switch. You can set him to good or to evil. So this was just a little rag doll I made that for a Christmas present. And I wanted to show it off now that I can. But yeah, this guy fought me on every stitch, but it was so much fun sewing him together. I really like him. Anyways, but I wanted to show you guys that before we called it a night. Let me put back his fireworks and his little knife. And put him back in his little crusty box. So I could have tied him to the back, but I love that he can just go box. So that was something I made. I didn't live stream it or show you guys or anything like that. I just kind of made it up as I went. But I think he turned out really great as a prototype. So I'm gonna call it a night. It's about 20 minutes till midnight, so it's not quite midnight. But I'm not gonna cut the strings because I'm gonna rip this out because I have to make the top smaller. And look at this little pucker. I need to press it nicely, but I'm gonna take it in at the top. Leave it at the waist because it fit fine at the hip. But we have pants, and they're gathered, and they look like the plan. They look just like that. That was the plan. So now we have the cuffs and the bodice to make. Not too bad. Tin Castro, welcome to the stream. The crusty doll is awesome. Thank you. I love this creepy thing. He makes me so happy. He really does. Does it come with a free frozen yogurt? I actually was going to print out like crusty, like crab fries and and I didn't. This is what I got. It has a box. Yano says, "You're crazy." And Bernie Davis says, "That's awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. I tried. I tried. I couldn't show you guys till after Christmas, but now I have to figure out how to like get a voice box into that. That would be hilarious, especially if I could remote make the set. Anyways, working on it. But I've been rambling. It is getting closer and closer to midnight. I'm gonna call it a night and big goals for next year. So I will see you guys next year. I will be live on the 1st on the Odin Makes live stream. And then after that, I don't know, I'll probably go on Monday. Mondays I can do afternoons, but um I may end up doing an evening. It depends on how life hits. But thank you guys so much for being here, for joining me while I work on my cosplay for this for Stack Anime. And until next time, I'll see you next year. Bye. Let me end stream and end.